How's it going? Coming at you with another video today. Figured I'd follow up again with the trunk panel. Told you last time I was going to get that wrapped, and yeah, I'm going to install the subwoofer onto the smaller piece so that'll stop fumbling around in my trunk. And yeah, we'll see how this thing goes. Let's see. So, basically what I'm going to do here is I'm going to drill 2 holes into the bottom of my subwoofer, and then I'm going to attach the holes via bolt to the smaller piece, and finishing up I'm going to wrap it all in a satin black so that should have a nice clean look in the trunk, and hopefully the thing comes out great. This is my first time trying anything like this, securing the subwoofer. I've had about 3 years now, and I mean, for the most part, it stayed in place in the corner, and I'll show you all that here in a bit, and yeah, let's get started. Alright, so here we have everything removed from the trunk. This is the LRB trunk panel. As you can see, I've had it in here for probably about a month, and my subwoofer just fell all over the place and just scratched the shit out of it. Ever so lightly. So hopefully wrapping this will make it nice and clean again. This is the subwoofer that I use. It was just eBay, Amazon special, especially built to fit into the corner of the NA. I'm not sure if it fits NB or not, to be honest, but it fits in the corner of my NA trunk really so nicely. You see all the crap I've had over the years of just trying to stuff it in there and paint all that black, got it all cleaned up, and it still works pretty well, honestly, but I just want to secure this thing a little better. I want to make this trunk panel a nice black finish, is something that I can offer on the website for you guys, and I'll have a link for it below for that as well, so check that out. Yeah, let's get this thing started. I'm probably going to start by drilling a hole, measured everything out. Basically, I drew a line here of where this is going to sit when it's in the trunk, and then this line here was for where the box sits over top of it all. Once I have it all in there, this hole here actually secures to part of the trunk, which I'll no longer be able to get to with the subwoofer secured to this panel. So basically I'm probably going to drill another hole over here, tightening these two together, and that should be secure enough to hold it all. Yeah, let's get going on this thing. Alright, so we're going to start with removing the subwoofer from the box. Too bad. Alright. Try to take out both the wires as well. Just totally off. So, now for planning this. Not too bad. Probably going to find a place to tap in 2 holes into the bottom of this, measure it out, and make it into the bottom of this plate here. Alright, so I got everything measured out, drilled the holes on in there, got it all secure. So, we'll see how this thing... Alright, so we got the holes drilled in there, got the bolts put in. There's basically some leftover bolts I had laying around that I thought would work pretty nicely for this project, but got them put in there and everything. Let's see. Next step is going to find a different way to secure it onto the trunk panel. So, as it sits right now, it basically goes something like this. Cleared it just basically, the bolts are long enough, far enough back here that it clears the main panel. Bolts in there. Shouldn't affect too much on sound or anything. I mean, to be honest, it's in the trunk of a convertible. I don't have a whole lot of bass anyways, unless the top is up. So, yeah. I think I'm going to try and drill a hole right here to better secure this once the whole panel is in the trunk. And, yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll start the wrapping. Alright. So after drilling those 2 holes, I realized that it might not fit in that one position, so I had to drill a couple others. Basically, I took it out to the car, and these 2 holes were actually hitting on the spot about where the jack sits, the little space in the bottom of the trunk. So this is about where the hole opening is. I messed up here. It happens. And yeah, we're going to go from here. Alright. The bolt is in. It's all bolts up that side panel and secured. Hoping that security will fit right here, will work, and I think I'm just going to attempt to try and put it all in at once, and we'll see how that works out. So, well, on to the next step for right now. Let's wrap this bad boy. Is that... yeah. Alright, so let's do this thing. Basically, I've got some matte black, just signed vinyl here, be simple enough. Other things you'll need, basically, I got a water bottle with a little bit of soapy water in it, just a hair, squeegee, and to finish her off, I've got a heat gun over here too. So, let us begin. So basically what these is, I think I'm going to have 2 different options on the website for ordering these vinyl options. I'll have solid colors like you see here and how I'm doing it. And I'll have my printed designs as well. Basically designs that I have for door cards and such. And the installation for those is actually very similar to this as well. So this you will be doing a wet install. I mean the sign vinyl stuff goes on so much easier. If you're getting into printed designs, you'll actually do it dry, and that'll be printed on rapid air release signed vinyl. Very simple to use, very forgiving. So, this is going to get nice and wet. And I'll spray down the other side as well. Pay attention here as well for all the holes, all the mounting holes you'll be poking out as well after it's all wrapped, said and done. I've already gotten the surface of this nice and clean, so let's lay that down real quick. I missed about 1 centimeter. Alright, not too bad. So, take your squeegee, start here in the middle. Just 1 clean line down. And back. A little curve there shouldn't be too much of a problem. So, wrapping on this aluminum, you do have a little bit of texture underneath because it's not a perfectly smooth material. But once all done, especially in the satin black, it comes out really clean looking. So here basically I'm just squeegeeing out all the water, and then the self-adhesive vinyl adheres directly to it. Turned out really nice. A little bit of bubble there, not a worry. Something like that, yeah. So this is actually my first time wrapping one of these. Kind of just get you to show how easy it is. It's really not too bad, but in all honesty, we'll have options to order these, pre-installed and all that. So you don't have to go through any of this nonsense if you don't feel confident doing it, which is totally cool. So far, I really do like these trunk panels. It's one of the newer ones from LRB Speed here. It came out probably earlier, 2020. Alright, now the one side's adhered. Go ahead and attack the other side. Probably go straight down along that crease there. And just getting that along, because that seems to be the trickier part of this is that one little crease. Not too bad, but not as easy if it were just going to be flat. Now, I spoke in the last video about perhaps doing a wood grain. Who knows, maybe we'll do that in the future, but I like the satin black and had some laying around, and I really need to stop being lazy about making these videos. Well, I got a little bit of dust in there, not too bad. Not too bad. I see I have the cat in here attacking the box. What are you doing, Katie? You want to supervise? How's it look, bud? Not too bad? Good. She likes to watch. Alright. So remember I was telling you in the beginning of the installation to mind those little mounting holes, those little points. Basically we're going to poke those out here in a sec. Alright. But first, I think I'm going to use the heat gun and just get this this adhesive activated so it's really sticking. Looks like, oh no, it's turned up very nice. Not too bad. Yeah, so I got all the bubbles. Basically, if you aren't too careful, bubbles can appear in the wrap. That's just water. So after this step, basically you can poke those out and got a nice clean finish there. So luckily, didn't have to deal with any of that. Came out really nice. Not bad. I guess one other thing you probably use is X-Acto blade. I just cut through those just a little bit, honestly. Poke a quick hole to put the bolts through, so I'm not fighting with that later. And yeah, not too bad. I was thinking about wrapping these behind, but I might just cut them off the edges and just have that as a flush cut on the edges. Let's go ahead and do that. Looks like this side over here doesn't quite want to stay down. I might hit that one more time. There you go. Pesky, pesky. Alright. So I'm just going to take an X-Acto knife, or I have a little detachable cut blade here. Just going to go along the edges, chop all the excess material off. like that's slowly getting out, so that's good. And so you might want to be gentle with all that until that is fully dried, or else it'll start coming back up on you. But not too bad. Hi, kitty cat. Alright, there you have it, one wrapped trunk panel. Now, for the other one, I was thinking about not really bothering with it, but I took off the subwoofer box to get her done, so might as well just do it. Sure that all the edges of those are getting dried off. That ain't bad at all. Not too shabby. That will do. So, let's go on. Let's do the smaller panel. So, as you can see, my mess up holes. Not all too happy that happened, Measure again, but, sometimes in these projects you make mistakes. Learn from them. Don't beat yourself up. It happens. Luckily, those aren't going to be noticeable. I was able to plug the holes in the first drilled holes in the bottom of the subwoofer, so that won't really affect too much. But yeah, so it's all cleaned up. Go ahead and take off the backing. Of course, you may pain in the ass. Shit out there. Alright, so I got an extra big piece on this one. It should be easy to wrap the whole damn thing. Little bits here and there. Okay, so same thing. Squeegee on down, right down the middle, get out all the water. I've been taking my time on this one, to be honest. So, you do have the one bent portion there. Perfectly contours the trunk as well, which is nice. Not too shabby. Okay, with the old heat gun. So this material, you don't want to hit too hard with the heat, or else it'll turn it kind of glossy. But that was only on the edges, not on the actual panel, luckily. It just needs just enough. Get a little heated. Yeah. Alright, cool. So I'm going to go ahead, also I'm going to leave these holes since those are the first mess up ones and just cut little holes into the back ones we'll be using. So not the subwoofer. Alright. Here. This blade's getting kind of shitty. Don't want to use a shitty blade. Break off the tip of that. next steps after this, gonna mount the subwoofer back on here. Gonna attach this piece back to the main trunk panel that we just wrapped, and attempt to get this thing back in the trunk and looking nice and clean. So hopefully all of my planning predictions all came true, and yeah, let's jump out there and check that out. Alright folks, all finished up. Ain't too bad. Got that mounted in there. I must say, this was not an easy task. Probably not the best way to mount the subwoofer, but I thought it would work fine, and honestly it did. It just, oh god, just trying to get the two bolts. There's one back there, there's one over here. Just trying to line those up was just an absolute nightmare, but overall it really is a nice clean look. I think if I take this thing back out again, I'm gonna spray paint all this area over here from all the scratched up shit from the spare tire, and yeah, let's see, in hindsight I realized that I actually have some 3D carbon fiber material that would have been pretty sweet down there and shows less dirt and fingerprints and all that, so I might add that as an option as well on the website. But well, overall, at least my subwoofer won't be flying around. I've got my amplifier neatly mounted below the deck, so that's sweet. All wiring in there. Yeah, so hey, I hope this video worked out for you. I hope to help you with any questions you may have on this product. I'll link below where you can find this on my website, and I'll be adding in some different vinyl options and all that fun stuff. So hey, thanks for tuning in. If you'd like to see any new videos or whatnot, let me know. Trying to get some different ideas for content for this channel. It's obviously just my second one. I kind of want to try out the YouTube platform and just, add a face to my business and whatnot. So, yep, check in next time and see what we have new. See you guys.